Hello and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. Well, the weather is miserable outside, so there's a number of things I'm going to be able to tick off my to-do list indoors. Now, anyone that knows me knows that I'm not necessarily a follower of fashion. I tend not to just, follow a fad for the sake of following the fad or get on the bandwagon the same as other people do. But I have, on one thing, and you may have been seeing various YouTubers, gardening YouTubers, moving their seeds into this sort of setup. And I have done the same this year because actually I think the setup is fantastic. What we have here is, you can buy it on Amazon, and it is advertised as a photograph storage box. So it's a plastic box, we've got the handle, and when we open it up there are a number of separate little compartments, and these are, the idea is that if you've got photographs you can sort of organise your photographs in here, but it works brilliantly for seeds. So, and space is always an issue, for me anyway. So being able to hold it nice and compact like this, I think is fantastic. Up until I got this, I was using plastic boxes with little month cards in, so that I could see what I would, should be planting in March and then in April and May, etc, etc, which is fine, but it's not easy to sort of store those things away because the index cards stick up and so on. I know generally what I'm wanting to sow in each month, so I have just used this to categorise my my seeds. So I've got, turn that round, see if you can see it. I'll try and hold it up. So I've got, as you can see, herbs, and then sweet and chili peppers and chard, blah 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 blah, right the way down. And for flowers, I've got sort of different letters of the alphabet, so that flowers A to F down there, Q to Z up there. A couple of flowers I grow a lot of, so I've got lots of seeds, or sunflowers and sweet peas, so they've got their own boxes there. And then we've got tomatoes, salad, etc. So it's superb. The only thing that I haven't fitted in here are beans and peas because I didn't have enough space. So I've got a separate box for that. I could get another one of these actually, but I haven't done so far. So as well as showing you this, I'm in here because I want to sow some seeds. We're just at the 11th-ish of January. So there's not tons to sow, and I already have sown some things which I'll show you in a little while. But I think I will sow some more peppers. So if we just grab my peppers, close that, put it there, love it. And here are my pepper seeds. So what do we have that I maybe... Well, here's some chili peppers that did absolutely fantastically last year. These are hot peppers, Prairie Fire, and nice little compact plants, and I got dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of chilies from it. So I think I'll sow those. It says February, so I am a bit, early, but let's just have a go. Then maybe a sweet pepper. Yeah, this is another one that's good. This is long red Marconi, and this gives you nice long red sweet peppers. Says where it does on the tin, so to speak. So I think I'll sow some of those as well. I have already sown Hungarian hot wax, which are upstairs in the propagator room. Well, spare room with the propagator in it. So I've already sown hot wax, and I think I've already put in, have I put in some King of the North? I think maybe I put in some King of the North as well, but you can see that when I show you what's in the propagator. But for now, I'll close that and I will get set up to sow these seeds. Okay, I've got these little quarter trays and I have put a mixture of seed sowing compost and vermiculite in them, and this is what I'll use for my growing medium for my seeds. So this is a sweet pepper long red Marconi. Grew this last year and they were really nice, so hopefully the seeds are still going to be okay. I've got lots of them. Typical little pepper seeds, sort of roundish flat. So let's pop them in here. Because they're quite large, I can actually position them fairly easily. Oh, although that one pinged. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Move you there. And move you there. Okay. So I'll pop some vermiculite over those in a minute, but let's just do the hot prairie fire as well. Not so many of these left. 4 in fact, okay. Just 4 of these, so we want you all to work. There we go, put you there. Right. Not definitely them all. Oh, there might be a wee random one in there. Let's see. Good. Right, so this is hot prairie fire. This is long red Marconi. And to finish off, I've got some more vermiculite here. So I'm just going to... Now, I was shown something on another channel. I'm sure it was... Who was it? I'm going to say it was Steve from Digwell Greenfingers. It might not have been. But this little trick for putting vermiculite on top of your plants. Let's just try it out. And the trick is to put your vermiculite in a plant pot. And then use it to, like, looks a bit messy. I think I can do that later with my hands, but anyway, that was the idea. Let's try once more. I think maybe the holes in the bottom of my pot are too large. There we go. Let's you sprinkle the vermiculite over and get it quite even. So I think maybe with a bit of practice that would work okay. Right, so I'm just pressing down to make sure the seeds get in contact with the wet compost, because I had watered the compost before I sowed them. I should have told you that. And now I'm going to use my trusty little watering can with the sprinkler rose on it, just to wet the vermiculite as well. It's a very fine spray, so it's not going to sort of damage or move the seeds underneath. But because the vermiculite was quite dry, I like to just give it a bit of a wet once I've put it on top of seeds. There we go. So that's great. I'll take these upstairs now and pop them in my heated propagator. So I have some of these Shakespeare overwintering onions left. I didn't get them all out tail end of last year. So I thought I would just pop some in this tray, pop the tray in the grow house and see how we got on with the remaining ones. I don't know whether, because I've not got them in before the turn of last year, whether I won't get full-sized onions or whether I just have to harvest them later on or whatever. Just see. I don't want to waste them for the price of, or for the cost of time to put them in a tray. So that's what I'm going to do now. So the nice little onion sets, they're still nice and firm. I can see this one actually is just starting to sprout. So I'll pop them in just in this, sit them in the damp compost there. Any that are really soft or soft at all, I won't put in. And it's really just as simple as this. So that's another job done indoors. The weather isn't going to stop me. So yeah, I'll pop these out in the grow house now. I'll pop a little label in and we'll see if we get some late onions. I'm just looking actually. Have I put that in upside down? No, that's fine. But I can see here, this one and this one, there's definitely little shoots starting. So they were, really waiting on getting put in. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, you never know. Okay, here we are up in the spare room. I'll open up the propagator in a moment and show you what's in there. But over here on the window ledge, these are a couple of sets of seeds that I've already germinated. This is a lettuce. I've got year round. It was a small packet and it just had YR on it, so I'm guessing it's year round lettuce, but we'll see. And then we've got all the year round cauliflowers. I'll need to get those into little pots, I think, and bury them a bit deep. I do have lights outside of the propagator as well, so I could actually put them in there, but I think maybe I'll get them into pots, same with the lettuce, and then give them a few days and then pop them outside into the grow house. Then over here in this propagator I've got Ailsa Craig onions. First time I've tried to use this Agrolan propagator and I've not had very much success, I don't think. I mean, I've certainly got maybe about 50% of maybe more than 50% of the onion seeds have germinated, but I don't know, they just look a bit, different stages, even although they were all sewn together. Bit spindly, although I suppose onion seedlings are. Maybe it's because I'm used to having, using one of these trays and having a lot in, and they sort of support each other. But anyway, we'll see how we go. Oops. And there I've just squidged one, I think. Right, let me get this propagator open and show you what's in there. Okay, so these are hollyhocks, majorette mix, it says. So they're looking, quite nice. I'll get those transplanted into larger pots shortly. They were sown on the 2nd of January and it's now the 17th of January. So you can see how they're looking. Then we have chili pepper, Hungarian hot wax and King of the North. They were sown 12th of January, so nothing happening there yet. I think I could maybe give them a sprinkling of water. And then these are the ones I sowed earlier, the sweet pepper, long red Marconi, and the Prairie Hot Fire chili pepper. So of course they're just in, so they've not done anything yet. But that's what I've got in the Propagator so far. I'm trying not to do too much. It's only January after all, and I've probably got more than enough here to be dealing with in the coming few weeks. And then in February I'll pop some other things in. But I think that's plenty for now. And this, this fern, is actually from my office. I brought home, right at the start of lockdown, I brought home some of the plants that we have in our office, well, all of the plants we have in our office. And over the summer, they were in the potting shed, or one of them was outside. But of course, in the winter, they can't be. And, you know, fitting in, you know, 3 lark plants this size into the house when you've not like allowed for it is a bit of a challenge. So this one has come up into the spare room and seems to be quite happy. It just makes it more jungle-like. Who knows when we can get it back into the office. Well, I think that's me for now. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please click the thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel so you can keep track of the other videos that I put up onto YouTube. And if you click the bell, you'll be alerted anytime I do that. Just as I'm talking, you can see on the screen there the URLs to my Facebook group and my Instagram, and also a link to my little Etsy shop where I sell chicken related and garden related gifts. Love to see you at any of those locations, but for now I will say bye bye.